What's going on, guys? Look at that. Would you look at it? Look at that. So we got a little bit of pea soup going on. You can barely see that brick. Ducks don't seem to mind, but kind of stinks, and they still try to drink it, and I don't really want them drinking it. So we have to clean this out at least once a week. It has been about every 3 days lately. So let me show you what we do to clean this out. It's got a water pump and a discharge hose, Champion trash pump, a 2-inch discharge. It's actually a 2-inch system altogether, but the guy before me had a 3-inch hose on it and stuff. So all right, hang on a second. So this is what we were using, is this pump, but as you can see, it was getting clogged up all the time, and it was taking over an hour and a half or so to pump out the whole thing, because it kept getting clogged and all that, and it just wasn't doing that great. So we have our intake hose hidden back here behind the shed. I wanted it to go underneath the shed, but these are longer than 10 feet, so it is what it is. So what we got here is your regular discharge hose. Again, we want to try to get as much of the water out of the bottom of that as possible. So I've closed off the side. This is just plastic zip tie, and I drilled a whole bunch of holes in here. Pretty thick metal, and then it just screws on. I have been taking this off, as kind of scraping out the bottom of the pond, because this trash pump will be able to pick up anything that's 3/4 of an inch or smaller without any problem. The pond shouldn't have anything bigger than 3/4 of an inch. They do get like grass and stuff that they'll put in there, so shouldn't have to worry about that. So I've been actually taking this off and using it without a strainer, but I want to use a strainer if at all possible. And then the intake hose is a big 3-inch intake hose. They do have a 2-inch intake hose, and this is made to where it will not collapse whenever there's all that suction that's on there. So all right, I'll show you how we get this set up.
I already attached the blue hose.
Good job. And these ducks do not like this part. So typically the way I have this done is that this hose isn't flexible at all. So what I like to do is move the pump in line with the hose. And then
the other one's not.
those are called cam lock connectors. If you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, most likely they're not going to know what you're talking about, because I called and asked and they didn't know what I was talking about. Tractor Supply, and if you have a Northern Tool close to you, they should have them readily available, as well as some other places, but those are more local supply places that you can get. Probably Atwood's, I don't know. All right, so we have our discharge hose. It's just a 2-inch discharge hose. We're gonna make sure that we get all the kinks out, and it goes all the way out. Bryce is out here helping me today, and it's just gonna go out here. We could put it onto the trees, water them if you want, but it's just going out into the backfield in that area, so not a big deal. It's just a black pipe cap or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seal that great. I have one on order, and it'll rust, so, but it'll work. So once you take that off, you'll need to fill it up with water. So we primed it up. Now next thing we need to do is just start it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and put you just over here. We'll probably go ahead and lock the ducts inside here so they don't freak out too much. So while this is sucking out, we're also going to use the water hose to kind of flush down everything. We'll have to do this a couple of times, but it's not bad. It does take a little bit until it creates suction, but man, once it catches, this will be empty within 30 seconds, a minute and a half, something like that. It don't take long.
Why'd you do that?
Anyway, so this is about as clean as we're going to get it. There's a little bit of sand in there, but not too bad. A little bit of wood chips, but not too bad. I'm not taking a bath in it. That should be clean enough. Basically, we're just going to fill this the rest of the way up. This is barley straw. I think we might get another one and put in there, but it's supposed to cut down on the algae and stuff. So looks like this. We got it at Petco. You can probably get it. I know Tractor Supply doesn't have it, but Atwood's might have it. A pond supply company, I'm sure, will have it if you have a local place that does ponds and stuff. But basically it's barley straw, and it's supposed to, once it starts breaking down, create a little bit of hydrogen peroxide that helps prevent the algae from growing or whatever. So I have to get approval from the wife, but we might throw that one in there too. We're gonna go ahead and fill this up, and then one reason why it's why there's so much algae is it's very stagnant. The water's not moving anywhere. So I got a little pump. I'm gonna see if it works, but I don't think it will. It's just gonna do the top surface of the water. We may have to come in with little aquarium pump or something like that. But yeah, we'll get to that here in just a second. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, the ducks really like the water. Obviously, you know, we still have water in here for them. They got their little food. What's up, guys? Don't know if we should take out the feathers. You see there's a lot of feathers in here. Or just leave them in here, I don't know. They're not really using this upper deck, but ducks really don't roost, from what I understand. I don't know, still all new to me. I can't get out yet. What you doing? Alright, I'm gonna back up there, scare them. So we'll finish this up and put that little pond pump on top, and I'll put a link in the description for it. While that's still filling up, here's the Solatec solar fountain. I'll put a link in the description below. But basically, it comes like this. You have different little nozzles for, I guess, different features. And then there's that. Huh, kind of scary. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on. There we go. Had some air in there, so. Alright, so that was that feature. Here's the other kind. So, I guess we'll do this one here. Okay. So we'll do the one that has like the little nipple rings. For lack of better words. The last one is the one that has that ring around it. There you go. But you get all 3, 4 of those, whatever. Or you don't have to have one at all. That's for us. Alright, so that's kind of how we've been cleaning this the last a couple weeks, I guess. Once that pump gets going, it doesn't take long at all to suck out all that old nasty stuff. Sorry, telemarketer. So yeah, this is kind of how we're doing this. Obviously, whenever it gets in the shade, it's not going to work, but it kind of works out because whenever the sun is on there, that's the most time that algae is going to grow. So this might work out good. It might suck out all the water if it gets hung up on the side. I don't know, but we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it'll keep it from turning that pea soup green. that pea soup green. I already got a dragonfly over here. But if y'all have any other suggestions, let me know. So I'll go over this pump again real quick with you. I bought this as the pump, this intake hose, the discharge hose, blue one, and I got another intake hose with that strainer and all that stuff for, I think it's $150 or $175, I don't remember, but on Facebook Marketplace. All right, they're having a good time now. Look at them. Some happy ducks. Go on, get in there. There you go. Alright, like I said, if you guys have any suggestions or anything, let me know. Y'all comment, right? Like I said, I'll put a link for the description. I'll put a link in the... Goodness gracious. Whirlpool. I'll put a link in the description below for the little solar powered fountain, if you guys want that. And the trash pump. Because I just want to throw this in there real quick. This is after one day. This is the very next day. So, not even 24 hours, and you can see how dirty it is. I think you can tell how dirty it is. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. Within 24 hours or so, this thing is really dirty. That's why we gotta clean it out all the time. Alright, thanks for watching. Y'all comment, rate, and we'll talk to you later. See ya. Alright, so a little bit of bonus footage. Bought these little rare earth magnets that you can put a screw in. Oh, these work great. They're actually attached to this screw, and this one here was a little off, so I just put another one on there opposite way, and it'll catch pretty good. Oops. But yeah, that way it'll stay open so they can go in and out and don't have to worry about it closing. Ideally this should be on level ground and we wouldn't have that issue, but it is what it is. Alright, see ya.